Hello and welcome to our new video. Today we will look at 10 secrets of Mark Zuckerberg you might not have known. From a 12-year-old prodigious programmer to a daring dropout of Harvard, meeting his life partner when in the queue for a pee, and finally one of the richest men in the universe, Mark Zuckerberg has done it all in his 38 years alive. Whether you love him or hate him, you cannot escape this man in the 21st century, such is the potent influence he has vigorously wielded on all of us. And here are 10 secrets of Mark Zuckerberg you might not have known. Zuckerberg's favorite novel is Ender's Game by Orson Scott Card. For the one who transformed a private project for his friends to judge the attractiveness of their fellow students, and which was shut down after 2 months, into an $86 billion revenue-winning company in 2022, a fantasy book is an apt delight, right? Ender's Game, a military science fiction novel by American author Orson Scott Card, tells the tale of Ender Wiggin, the third child of a family of child geniuses. He is selected to an international military force and sent to the training academy named Battle School, where he is trained to save the world from destruction. Ender's finally taken to Eros, the planet that holds the International Fleet Command. Rackham, a war hero, runs Ender through a series of simulated battles. Ender wins at great cost, and then only he realizes that it was a real battle and he completely destroyed the enemies. The interesting tale of a child slowly finishing off his opponents in a simulated battle is enough to win a man's heart who chooses to conquer millions even without knowing what is happening to them, right? He doesn't have a TV. If someone ever asks you the classic question, who in the 21st century doesn't have a TV? From now you must know the answer: Mark Zuckerberg. Why? Assumptions are thick in the air, but we are not sure. Maybe he is too busy. Or perhaps the reason is that he doesn't have to watch TV to catch up because his social media sites are full of news, shows, reviews, and everything that you get from TV. After all, owning 3 of the most popular social media websites is a busy and challenging life. The competition in the field is growing hard each day. A new kind of social media platform is popping up every day and can instantaneously grow great to topple you down. A vigilant sentinel is left with little time for lousy news and games. It can be anything. He hates being on stage. A CEO from his toddler days to one of the richest men in the world in his younger days, none would dare to speak of Zuckerberg as a stage nervy. But have you ever noticed that every time Mark Zuckerberg comes up to a stage to talk to a crowd, he looks so awkward and weird? Though he has gotten better at it significantly over the years, there is something that doesn't sit well every time you see Mark Zuckerberg on a stage. And this is something that Mark is aware of as well. In an interview when asked the question, "You don't like doing these kinds of events very much, do you?" Zuckerberg's answer was no. But kudos to him. Mark has improved significantly over the years. This might be down to all the practice he is getting. Maybe being the CEO of some of the biggest social media companies has an unexpected perk that we were unaware of. In 1996, Zuck built an instant messaging program in Atari Basic for his dad's dental office. Instant connectivity was always a crazy fantasy for Zuck. As far as the story goes, when Mark Zuckerberg was just 12, he made an instant messaging program in Atari Basic to help his dad and named it ZuckNet. It was primarily used to connect and talk with his family, but later was used at his dad's dental office. This instant message program helped the receptionist inform his father of the presence of a new patient without yelling across the room. Maybe it was this experience, years later, at the campus of Harvard, that gave rise to the thought of developing an online network on which people would be able to connect with their friends. Crazy how things shape up, isn't it? AOL and Microsoft tried to buy a music program he wrote in high school. How much of a genius is this guy? Back in high school, when teenagers are usually hormone rage, doing stupid things and chasing girls and boys, Mark did something remarkable. He wrote a computer program called Synapse Media Player. This program significantly learned the user's listening habits and was programmed to recommend more music based on genre, artist, and taste, much like today's music players. It was developed in 2000 when he was around his sweet 16 and was even featured on Slashdot and PC Magazine. The program precisely earned a 3+ rating out of 5. What makes this even more impressive? Both Microsoft and AOL approached Zuckerberg to buy the app. They both offered to buy the program and tried to tempt him with a job offer. Mark rejected the offers and posted the app online for free. Listen to what an expert had to say about the app. "This is by far the most innovative media player I have seen to date. The only function I find it lacking is a more advanced tag editor and the ability to group by album." He admits to sending embarrassing and damaging instant messages. Let's now turn to another antic side of Mark. Back in 2010, when a series of instant messages, reportedly written by Mark Zuckerberg, was published, well, Mark had finally admitted that he was behind the profile, indicating he absolutely regrets sending them. In an interview given to the Business Insider, Mark was quoted saying, "If you're going to go on to build a service that is influential and that a lot of people rely on, then you need to be mature, right?" he said. "I think I've grown and learned a lot." The West Wing used to be one of his favorite TV shows. Remember the classic show? the American political drama series by Aaron Sorkin about the fictitious Democratic administration of President Josiah Bartlett, starring Moira Kelly, Allison Janney, Rob Lowe, and Martin Sheen, among others. Well, the show was an absolute favorite among its peers, and one of them was Mark Zuckerberg. Mark was such a big fan that he even used to list the show as his favorite show on his Facebook profile, but he would later change it after learning that The West Wing was written by Aaron Sorkin, who also wrote the movie The Social Network, a movie that was based on his life. Mark drives a black Acura TSX. Now, I should tell you about a thing that will preserve Mark in the Warren Buffett, Chuck Freeney, and Carlos Slim. He is not ostentatious. When you have all the money in the world, the last thing you would certainly expect is someone driving a black Acura TSX. Assuredly, you would expect him to drive some sporty car, but that's not Mark. With his t-shirts and shorts, we already know that Mark is not into flashing his money and buying expensive things for its sake. When it comes to spending money, Mark is a laid-back guy. He won't spend them because he has money. He spends them because whatever he buys, he finds a good use for it. The same is true for his choice of car. Mark Zuckerberg drives a black Acura TSX that is valued at just $30,000. He communicates it as safe, comfortable, and not ostentatious. That is really humble of someone who has all the money to buy anything he wants. The curious reason why Facebook is blue. Have you ever wondered why Facebook went with blue color instead of others? There is a curious reason behind it. Let's be honest, Facebook is not the most visually pleasing website, and no one will question you if you have concerns about the color choices. The reason why they went with blue is that Mark Zuckerberg is a red-green colorblind. When asked about it, Zuckerberg said, "Blue is the richest color for me. I can see all of blue." Anyway, it has worked out well. We all have become accustomed to the blue color. Moreover, it is not the color that is the primary selling factor of Facebook. It is about how Facebook can help us. He designed his wife's wedding ring. A computer wizard and a shrewd business brain, yet Zuckerberg has a soft and romantic side. Mark first met the love of his life in 2003 when they were in line for the bathroom at a college frat party. This uniqueness was more celebrated when in 2012 he gifted Priscilla Chan a wedding ring that he himself designed. Mark has put his heart and craft into the ruby and diamond wedding ring that cost $25,000. The ring features a ruby center gemstone that is set with 2 diamonds on either side of the ruby. That's it. That is our list of 10 secrets of Mark Zuckerberg you might not have known. If you think we have missed any, please let us know in the comments.